Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to discuss about generics. Generics is a powerful tool for type safety and code reusability. Generics are powerful feature in programming language like Java and CS that allow you to write code that can work with different types without having to repeat yourself. This makes your code more flexible, efficient and type safe. In this presentation, we will delve into world of generics, exploring their concepts, benefits, and practical applications. What are generics? Generics allow you to write code that can work with any type of data without specifying the exact type at complete time. Think of them as placeholders for type that you can define later. By using generics, you can create reusable components and algorithms that can handle various types of data without the need of extensive code duplication. Flexibility. Generics enable code to be flexible and adaptable. You can write a single generic method to work with different data types, eliminating the need of create separate methods for each type. Type safety. Generics introduce type safety unexpected errors by ensuring that correct types are used through the code. The compiler enforces type check at complete time, reduces risk of runtime errors. Code reusability. By abstracting type information, generics promote code reusability. You can reuse generic components across different parts. Your code base reduce the need write of similar type of various codes. Improved readability. Generic code is often more readable and easier to understand. The type parameter especially indicate the type that code can handle, making the code purpose clear. Why use generics? The advantages of using generics are numerous and can significantly enhance the quality and maintainability of your code. Here are some reasons for the generics to use in your programming genre. Type safety. Generics prevent type errors by enforcing type checks at compile time. This reduces the likelihood of runtime errors. Code reusability. Generics promote code reusability by allowing you to write code that works with different types without need separate implementation type. This reduces code duplication and promote consistency. Improved readability. Generics code is often more readable and easier to understand as the type parameters clearly indicate the type the code can handle. This improves the clarity of your code and makes it easier to maintain. Type parameters. Type parameters are like placeholders of type that you can define later. They are used to create generic classes and methods that you can work with different types. In Java, type parameters are declared using angle brackets. For example, the declaration list1 string is a type parameter that specifies the type of an element that is the list can hold. The type parameter can be valid type including primitive type classes and interfaces. Declaration. Type parameters are declared using angle bracket after the class or method name. Usage. The parameter can be used to specify the type of variables, methods, and return type with generic class or method. Instantiation. When a generic class or calling a generic method, you provide specific type argument that you want to use. This tells the compiler what type of use of the type parameter. Generic methods. Generic methods are methods that operate on types that are not specified until the method is called. They are declared using same syntax as generic classes with type parameters declared with angle brackets after the method name. Generic methods can be used to create reusable code that works with different types of data. Flexibility. Generic methods provide flexibility by allowing you to write a single method that handle different types of data. Type safety. Generic methods ensure type safety by enforcing type checks at compile time, reducing risk of runtime errors. Code reusability. Generic methods promote code reusability, allowing you to reuse same method of various data types. Here, you can go for the example for generic methods. Generic classes. Generic classes are classes that can work with different types of data. They are defined using type parameters, which are placeholders for types that can be specified when the class is. Generic classes are used to create reusable components that can handle different types of data without needing separate implementation of each type. Generic class type parameter purpose. List type parameter is T. Represent a list of elements of type T. Pair type parameters of KV. Represent a key value pair with key type K and value type V. Bounded type parameters. Bounded type parameters are used to restrict the types that can be used as type arguments for generic class or method. This is useful for ensuring type safety and ensuring that the generic code can only operate on types that have certain properties or methods. In Java, bounded type parameters are specified using the extends keyword. Type safety. Bounded type parameters ensure that only types that meet certain can be used as type arguments, preventing type errors. Code reusability. Bounded type parameters allow you to reuse generic code with specific set of types, promoting code reusability. Flexibility. Bounded type parameters provide a level of flexibility while maintaining type safety, allowing you to work with a range of types that share common properties. Wildcard types. Wildcard types are used in generics that allow you to write code that works on various types without specifying the exact type. They are represented using a question mark. Wildcard types are useful for scenarios where you need to work with a collection of elements without knowing the exact type of the elements. Unbounded wildcard represent any type. For example, list representation, a list of any type. Bounded wildcard represent a type that extends or implements a specific type. For example, list representation, a list of any type of subtype of numbers. Lower bounded wildcards represent a type that uh, supertype specify. For example, list representation, any type of super integration. Generics and inheritance. Generics inheritance with inheritance in the ways a generic class can be extended or implemented by another class, and generic class can also have subtypes. The type parameters of generic class can be used to safety and particular type of generic class. Inheritance. A subclass can inherit from a generic class, but the subclass must specify a concept type of type parameter. For example, a class called myList could extend the generic class list by specifying a type of parameter such as string. This would create a subclass called myList. Subtypes. A generic class can have subtypes. For example, a generic class called myClass could have a subtype called mySubclass. The subtype can have specified type of the type parameters, but the type must be type parameter specified in the generic class. Conclusion and key takeaways. Generics are powerful tool in programming language like Java and C# that enable type safety, code reusability, and improved readability. By utilizing type parameters, bounded type parameters, and wildcard types, you can write code that is flexible, adaptable to different data types. Type safety. Generics enforce type checks at complete time. reducing the risk of runtime errors. Code reusability. Generics promote code reusability by allowing you to write the code that works in different types without needing any separate implementation for each type. Improved readability. Generic code is often more readable and easier to understand as the parameters clearly indicate the types of code that can handle. Flexibility. Generics provide flexibility by allowing you to write code that you can have with different types. Thank you for your valuable time.